Hi friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Long time no see. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. Been very busy with work. It's been crazy. In fact, we had the 4th of July was yesterday, and I've always taken that off every year. And because of the deadline I was on, I had to work. I got to the job today, and apparently the people weren't there. They had, I don't know, maybe they were hungover the night before or what, but I couldn't get in the house to work. There was no one there, so I just came home. So I said, you know what? I'll take the time and make a video. So I thought I'd do that. I'm going to talk about a variety of things. I've got a wonderful series of pickups I want to show. I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing in the way of gaming right now, what my gaming plans are, and I'm going to talk about something else, which I'm going to bring up only because I don't want to be misunderstood. I've gone to great lengths to try to be, upfront and talk to people about my feelings. And by and large, I think most people kind of know where I'm coming from and agree with me. My last couple videos, I talked about E3 and talked about my disappointment with it. And then I try to, re-clarify my position again about that I do love games, and I'm showing you the games that I do like to play, 8th gen and even past gen ones that I have in my collection. And I kind of realize that I haven't played a lot of 8th gen games. The last couple years I bought a lot of them to support the devs because I want to see more single player games being made, but I just haven't played that many of them because I've been playing, going back and playing 6th and 7th gen games and having a ball with them. But first I'll deal with the elephant in the room again. I hate to bring this up, but I'm only bringing it up because I had a friend of mine, Simon, in the UK. He's got a wonderful channel. I'll have a link to his channel below. It's called Games-O-Matic. He loves the past gen like I do, the 7th gen. He's been doing a hellacious amount of pickups and videos on it. He has a wonderful, very polished channel, really good production quality in his show, and I appreciate that. And yesterday he pointed where we follow each other on Twitter or whatever. I was working most of yesterday, but I came home and I saw he had a tweet to me, Dean. I think this, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have a picture of the tweet here, but I think this fellow is talking about you. I just thought you might like to know, or whatever he said in the tweet. I responded back with his opinion of me is none of my business, because I know the fellow and I know his opinion. I know his politics in particular, and which is not a problem, but he made it a problem by attacking me on a previous video. I had a very lengthy exchange with him in the comments, very lengthy, going back and forth, and he refused to see, even though I stated it quite clearly in the video, and then try to clarify my position, but he still has a problem. And so he did this thing, a video about females in games. I don't even care to see it. I don't even want to watch it. I did take the time to look at a few of mutual friends' comments down below, and just kind of quickly skimmed through and saw some of them. Some of them, had reasonable opinions, and that's fine. They liked what he had to say. Some people, were a little bit more, well, not everyone likes to play as a female or whatever, but this guy apparently is triggered and thinks that I hate females, I'm misogynistic, or I hate the fact that there's games with females in them, and that's absolutely not true. That has nothing. I've made it clear, and what's funny is that out of that video where he made his comment, I have over 100 comments of people that understood my point of view, and many of them even stated, look, Dean, I frankly don't always share the same point of view with you that you have. We don't always think the same way, but I see where you're coming from, and I think you've been more than fair and reasonable in your explanation of why you like to role play as a man. Now, when I was younger, I played every type of game. So when I saw a game like Tomb Raider, and all of a sudden they have, or Heavenly Sword, which I played also, they had a female, I was like, wow, that's kind of novel. You don't see a female protagonist very often, and I had no problem playing it. I prefer playing as a male, but I played them. I've played, I think, every Tomb Raider but Tomb Raider 3. I think that's the only one that I haven't played. In fact, I want to get that one for my PS1 collection. My father-in-law had Heavenly Sword when he got his launch PS3. I played that for about almost 4 hours, for like a half a day. Beautiful game, wonderful cutscenes and graphics. I'm not into the hack and slash thing, and or playing as a female, but I could see he was really into it, and that's fine. Some of us don't care what we play as, and I've heard a lot of people, oh, I don't care if I play as an insect, a raccoon, a robot, doesn't matter to me. Well, that's great. Everyone has their own criteria, things that they're into. Like I said, some people just play games. It's just, it doesn't matter what they play, or whether it's, if it's something like Tetris, or if it's a simple platformer like Gex or Paperboy or a Pac-Man, or it's The Witcher 3, something really with in-depth, or Wasteland 2 Director's Cut with major RPG real-time strategy elements. I mean, everyone has their genres and preference in gaming, but it just doesn't mean that it's for me. Now, I have two female gamers that I know, and I think both of them follow my channel. But aside from those two, I really don't know any female gamers. I know they're out there. I keep hearing that there's droves of them out there. I don't see them on YouTube. I don't see them on Twitter. It's not a slant against female gamers. It's just the reality is it's kind of a male hobby. Now, I understand that the whole demographics have changed. I don't know to what percentage there's males and females, or younger gamers and older gamers like me. Someone probably has a spreadsheet with all those numbers on it. But, you know, when I started out in particular, it was pretty much a guy's thing. In fact, what's funny is you watch a movie like The Big Chill from the early 80s, and there's one scene where they're all in there together, and there's all the men and women together. They've old college friends. They get together many years later over a friend that died, had a funeral, and they're all together at the funeral, kind of, you know, paying their respects to their mutual friend. And a lot of the guys all of a sudden start bringing up video games, and the girls go, "Oh God, not video games! Don't tell me you're going to reduce your mentality down to playing video games." And they're like, "Hey, what's wrong with video games? I love video games." And what's funny, you can see that people kind of looked down at them back then in the early 80s, especially women. They did not find it like that's a guy thing. You guys are into your video games, you know. My wife still kind of looks at it as a male thing, although she likes to play them too, but just not anymore. It's a shame. I wish that she played more games, but she doesn't. And, you know, my wife is a good example. My wife now, to this day, she just got a promotion. She now makes exactly twice as much as I make, and I'm proud of her. I worked hard to help her get through school so she can get that piece of paper, that degree, to where she could make the big bucks in management and make more money, and I'm very proud of her. My daughter also is in college, and she's working, and she's a mom, you know, and I'm very proud of her too. I'm not against women. I see women in concerts. I'm going to be seeing a band called Berlin in another week or so. My wife wants to see. We saw Stevie Nicks and Chrissy Hines from the Pretenders in concert. Some of my top 10 favorite movies are centered around women and stories about women, like Interiors from Woody Allen. I love women. It has nothing to do with being misogynistic or hating women, or I don't want girls to have, you know, girl games. Look, I wish my wife would play games. I would love to sit and watch her play Horizon Zero Dawn for 12 hours straight, or over a few nights, and sit and watch someone else play. I actually enjoy watching other people play games, which is why I like doing Let's Plays. Sadly, she says, "Dean, when I come home, I'm just mentally gymnastics all day with numbers," you know, because she's the head of her accounting department. So she deals with computers and numbers and facts and figures. She comes home, the last thing she wants to do is look at a screen. She doesn't even like music on in the house. She just wants peace and quiet. So that's why I usually, you know, play the games when she's working out or she's not in the room, because I know she just wants peace and quiet. I wish she would play a game with me. I'd give anything to play a co-op, local co-op or something with her, but she's not into it. But if she did game, I certainly would support her, and I'd let her buy all the games she wanted. I'd be thrilled to watch her play her favorite games, whether they're, you know, Life is Strange or Horizon Zero Dawn or many of those female type games. And there's guys that, I've got a couple good friends of mine that have told me, "Dean, I mean, I'd rather look at a girl's ass and boobs throughout while playing a third-person, you know, shooter or something than to sit and look at a guy's, you know, sweaty ass or whatever," which I thought was a humorous comment. And I never thought of it. Oh, that's interesting. That's a different way of looking at it. I mean, I don't get aroused by looking at pixels on the screen, but I do try to get into a more, you know, male type thing. But I think that the elephant in the room that no one's addressing, and I'm going to have some links to it, not one, but a couple really good videos down below from much bigger and more successful YouTubers than I have, than I am, that have spelled this out very clearly, that we're in a time and age where there is clearly a political agenda in pandering. And I said that right up front in my E3 impressions. That I'm going to get the elephant in the room right off the bat. I've never seen so much pandering. That is my issue with it. It's not females in games. It's not girl gamers. It's the pandering, political pandering to fit someone's point of view. And you'll see in the videos I'm going to link below exactly what I'm talking about. They say it much more eloquently than I could ever say it. And did the time to do the research and put it in there about that Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog. He clearly has an agenda against guys, white, conservative, heterosexual males like me, and it's very clear. DICE also has a very clear, definitive agenda. They don't care if guys like me don't want to play their new Battlefield fine. They said, then don't. Then just steer clear because this is the direction we're going, you know. And so it's fine. I'll boycott the game. It's a shame. I would have liked to have played a World War II shooter. It's not having girls in games. It's having what typically was an authentic war game, which is the Battlefield series. And mostly guys play that. I know there's women that play it too. I have a black gal that I follow on Twitter, and we follow each other for years on YouTube. She loves the Battlefield series. I don't know if she plays Call of Duty, but she loves Battlefield. And it's great. I'm happy for people that are into their multiplayer games and play it with your man. She's actually an Iraqi war vet. I'm very proud of her. And I've told her so on Twitter. I take my hat off to you. I salute you in your, you know, the sacrifice that you made for our country. I love women. I'll put them up on a pedestal. That is not the issue. What I don't like is being slandered and having people say that Dean doesn't like women. He doesn't want to see women in video games. I don't want to play as one in a video game. It's that simple. Do I got to say it again? Over and over and over. I got to keep spelling it out. I come home yesterday as well. So my friend gives me this thing. Dean, there's this guy. I think he's talking about you. And so obviously he's triggered about my, you know, response to him, or that I blocked him, and you know, because I wouldn't go back and forth. I went back and forth like 7 or 8 times with him. I was like, I'm done arguing with you. You clearly have an agenda. You have a bug up your ass. This has nothing to do with me. This is your problem. You own it. You're trying to project your intolerance onto me, as if I'm the intolerant one. I just simply have a preference. I just have a preference. And if I saw someone that was making a game where you could be back in the South as a white person, hanging black people or killing black people, or playing as a Nazi, torturing Jews in a concentration camp, you better believe I would boycott that game, and I would be just as vocal about it. This is not an alt-right versus alt-left thing. It's nothing like that. But there's clearly political pandering that's going on, and I've never seen it at such a pinnacle and a point than it is now. And if you don't think it exists, look, just do the research. It's there. I had a few friends that, Dean, I don't see Naughty Dog. I said, do the research. Research some of the head devs at Naughty Dog. You'll see they clearly have a political agenda. That is my only problem with it. That's my problem. So I don't want to play as a female. I played as them. I'm going to be getting the new Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'll probably get the deluxe edition with all the season pass and DLC. I love it. My friend Cameron of Industrial Gamer gave me a brand new Shadow of the Tomb Raider plushie, Black Panther thing. I love this. I'm just got it on my 1950 radio over here. I love it. I love Tomb Raider. I've mentioned several times it was one of my favorite games. That and GTA 5. Which ironically was a pretty misogynistic game. I have to admit, GTA 5, they should have at least had a couple strong female characters that were part of the story. There clearly was a pretty misogynistic view towards females in that game. And believe me, if I can see it, notice it, I'm sure many other people did. I saw a few reviewers notice it as well. And maybe they'll correct it and rectify that by the next GTA 6 or whatever. I don't know. As long as they don't go to the other extreme and then force you to play as 3 females or something. But who knows? I mean, we're in a day and age where nothing shocks me and surprises me. But as a gamer, my time is limited. My God, I can't even, you can see from my last video, I can't even play all the games I've got. I've got so many games, new ones. I've been kind of disenchanted with the 8th gen, so I've been going back and playing a lot of 7th gen games, which is why I haven't completed a lot of these 8th gen ones. But either way, I love games. I just want to see it go in the right direction, that's all. I don't want to see it go in an online-only direction. I certainly don't want to see it go in a political direction, especially political pandering, and especially that are forcing and projecting things into games that I don't particularly care for or care to play as. It's that simple. One of my favorite characters was a female character in the little game Road Trip from, I think it was single track developers after Twisted Metal. They went off, they split their ways with Sony or whatever, and they made a game called Road Trip, and there was a girl in a pink Camaro. I love Camaros. So I mostly played the girl that was in the Camaro, the pink Camaro. But it wasn't because it's not, I mean, there's really no story to that game, but just to let you know that, you know, and I play Spy versus Spy. They're kind of asexual. I don't know if they're birds, if they're male or female. I don't even know. I played as a gecko in Gex. I played as a little paper boy delivering papers. I mean, I've played as a submarine commander in Silent Service, you know, in the South Pacific where my grandfather served. I mean, I've played everything. But I just want to see, like, my issue really was a Battlefield 5 thing. In fact, I have a very funny Johnson and the Man thing. If I could just sit down and get my thoughts together, I know it'd be hilarious, even better than my last Black Ops 4 video on Battlefield 5. But to take something and to claim that it's, oh, this is going to be an authentic World War II experience, and then to put in all these crazy characters, including a woman that we never had women in the front lines, that was my issue, is that it's not authentic. Don't claim to be authentic and then to have all this virtue signaling and pandering in the game to fit a political agenda. That's my only issue with it. And you know what? I don't have to buy it. You know, we're in a very volatile age. I came home yesterday and apparently my friend Solid Rev on Twitter, people are calling him a racist now. He's defending himself as a racist. I've got other friends. My friend Blaze is like humorously calling him, you know, my friend, you know, Solid Rev the racist. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Someone's calling him out as a racist. Look, I know Solid Rev. I've, you know, interacted with him a little bit behind the scenes, and I don't see him as a racist at all. He's the most fair-minded and level-headed dude I know. He's far from being a racist. You know, it's just he's in a police capacity where he works with all different races, male and females, and I know for a fact he's not a racist. So I find it humorous that people get triggered, but what it really is they're projecting their own intolerance because maybe they're the racist. Maybe they are the ones that are wanting to see a political agenda, you know, come to the surface in gaming. So it's easy to take someone that's a vocal person. I'm myself, let's face it, I'm very opinionated, and it comes with age. You know, maybe at 32, maybe I wasn't so much as opinionated as I am now. I just like to play games. I didn't care. But now I'm a little bit more, you know, conservative. As you get older and you have a family and bills and taxes and problems and headaches and a business, you tend to kind of lean towards a more conservative approach to life and kind of conservative values. But I embrace a little bit of both. But either way, that's how I feel about it. I just wanted to explain myself. It has nothing to do with not wanting to... Look, I'm glad that girls have that Life is Strange, you know. My daughter probably would love that game if she hasn't played it already. I don't know. She is a gamer. I think her boyfriend has an Xbox One. I don't know what game she plays. I haven't talked to her in a while. I'm not even sure. But for her and for girls like her, I want my daughter to have female characters. But to take a series like Gears of War, which is ironically about these big, you know, macho men. I was saying, oh, Dean, but that girl was in the, you know, in the Gears of War 4. Look, they probably wanted to put it back in Gears of War 4, and they were testing the waters by introducing a female character. Now it's going to bring it front and center because now it's a political climate to do it in. It's the hip thing to do, you know. So, and a lot of guys, let's face it, a lot of younger guys today that, you know, they like playing as girls. I don't know why. I don't want to get into the political or psychological reasons why. I don't care. I don't know. I just know as a 55-year-old guy that's tired, who comes home very sore, I can barely play 45 minutes of Scarface on my Xbox 360 when I come home. I'm so sore. After 45 minutes of that, I'm just in so much pain, I can't even play it. I end up watching Let's Plays laying down on my side, or game reviews quite often, because I'm just too physically tired and sore to play it. If I got time to play a game, I want to play something that I'm really into. It's that simple. For you guys that are home all day or streaming games or don't have a regular job and you want to play everything in sight, and, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn and, you know, the new Battlefield 5, well, that's great. If you want to do it, that's fine. I just have my thing, and I see life through my lenses and perception, naturally the way I see it. And so based on that, I'm going to buy the games that I want to buy. I wish they'd make another XCOM Declassified. I'd love to support another game like that, you know, but we don't have that, you know. I mean, we're at the point now where they're just going to keep remaking the same Far Cry games and the same Assassin's Creed and the same Battlefields and Call of Duties, and it's frustrating for me, you know, because it's just each year there's less and less and less games I can buy. You got this, what is it, Mars Remastered, I'm sorry, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition, whatever the hell it is. It looks great. It's a shame I got to go back and play a 9-year-old game to have fun, you know. But I'll probably get it for $30. That's a really good value, and it looks like a fun game. It's one that I missed out on at the time. I do have it in my collection. I bought it about a year ago, but I never played it or the DLC. And I've also got the Armageddon Red Faction as well, so I would like to play that. But anyway, that's enough of that. I just want to kind of reiterate clarify my position on it. I appreciate the support and respectful comments that I have had on my last 2 videos in regards to that. Many people, they may not agree with me, but they see where I'm coming from. And I don't blame them. The guy just doesn't want to play as a girl. It's that simple. Doesn't mean I hate women in games. You know, it just doesn't seem, but if I see it where I clearly see it's pandering and watch the videos down below, and you tell me, just take the time to just be open-minded and watch them. and just, it's hard to watch them and not see that there's something going on behind the scenes, and I just see it for what it is. It's that simple. But anyway, I'll quickly show you my pickups, and I'll show you what I've been playing. My friend Steve came over recently. By the way, my modded Xbox I got a day or so before Christmas. This last Christmas, my friend Clint finished it, did a beautiful job on it. New hard drive, new DVD drive, and new clock capacitor, new thermal paste, put these little purple LEDs, dial it all in, and sends it to me. Well, I tried it when I got back from Christmas, and the CoinOps 8 worked really good. We had fun with that. Couldn't figure out the button mapping initially, but man, there's a shitload of games, like 4,000 something games. Really cool. Well, I got to the point where I wanted to play Scarface and a couple other games lately on my modded Xbox. And I wanted to, and I understand that you can install the games. That's why I wanted a 500 gig hard drive. That way I could take all my favorite 20 or 30 games, install them permanently. You don't even have to put the disc in. It can play straight from the hard drive. I thought that'd be great. Probably a little bit better performance and look good. Sadly, the thing won't read disc. I don't know if it's in the laser. I don't know if the Unleash X program didn't take or something. I don't know what's going on. It will not read disc. I went through a lengthy thing with my friend via texting and sending him pictures, you know, taking pictures of my screen. Look, it's doing this. It's still thinking it's not reading the disc. I don't know what to do. He said, try this, try that. My friend Steve Baker was kind enough to come over and have a look at it. He didn't have tools and stuff with him to really dig into it, but he said he was going to check into it. Gave me the numbers of a couple tech guys in town that could fix it. One guy's sadly closing his shop down where he mods Xboxes and stuff, which is really tragic. He just doesn't really have the time to do it. There's one other guy I could go to, but I really don't know him. I don't feel good about taking my perfect scratch-free Xbox and leaving it with someone I don't know and then getting it back all banged up and stuff. I'm just nervous about it. So friend Steve Baker's going to have a look at it. But anyway, he came by and he brought some games. He goes, Dean, here's a couple games I thought you might like. He likes collecting steel case games, and he found me. He knew that I was looking for this. This is the Xbox 360 version of the Sith edition of The Force Unleashed, which I have for the PS3, but I wanted it for the 360 as I have The Force Unleashed 2 for the 360. So I love this. Thank you, Steve, so much. This is so cool. I've got the beautiful steel case edition of this. He knew I was looking for the Dead Rising 2. I have the first one, so he got me this really cool kind of it's some kind of a biochemical case. It's kind of a spoof of like a tech, pharmaceutical company or something. But the Dead Rising 2 game in a steel case, and I guess it comes with another DVD. Contains, what does this say? Contains unrated bonus content, probably video about how they made it or something. But anyway, it looks really cool. So now I've got both Dead Rising 1 and 2, and I guess there's another one of the episodes of Frank West or something, which I'm going to be looking for as well. And he got me this really cool, even though I just got this, the game, just the basic vanilla game, he got me this nice special edition of Halo 3 in a really nice steel case. So Steve, thank you. So it was very thoughtful of him. I love these. So anyway, those were from my friend Steve, and then my friend Jeremy back in Ohio has been helping me. He's already got me a couple packages of games. I think this is the third package that's arrived, and I'm really excited about showing these. I love the original Xbox, and I love the Xbox 360, as you know. So these are the games he got me. They're in no particular order. He got me Rogue Trooper, which I got recently for the PlayStation 4. I had this back at the time when this first came out. This is a great game. The graphics in the new PS4 version really look good. I'd like to play this again. Even though I probably will play the PlayStation 4 version, it's nice to have all these games are in perfect condition, clean and complete, no scratches, absolutely, I mean, like brand new games. Get me this Colin McRae Rally 2005. I was going to get the 2004 and 5, but I really just want the latest one, which probably has the best graphics and cars. So I've always wanted to play this. I believe this was the beginning of the Dirt series, which I really love. So I love that. I had Big Mother Truckers, the first one. It's kind of a real redneck kind of game. This has got a lot of real stereotypes in it of kind of white trash, white people, but it looks funny as hell. Really funny. So Big Mother Truckers 2, another kind of budget game at the time, but I've never played either one of them, but I had to have them. It's kind of a fun driving game. Drive a truck, I believe. Indigo Prophecy, I think they call this Fahrenheit or something over in the UK. This I've heard so much about. It's supposed to be a fantastic story. I don't know if it's a David Cage did this. I'm not sure. Quantic Dream did it. It looks really good. I've seen nothing but great things about it. So there's that. Here's Halo 3, which he just got me. I'll probably give this to someone else or trade it in. So now I've got 2 Halo 3s for the Xbox 360. I believe this is the first Halo, or Halo Combat Evolved. Really nice box. I like the metallic shimmering to it. Very cool. I mean, actually, I did play Halo 2, so I want to give the Halo series a try. Start with Halo 1. My friend Adrian did a wonderful retrospective of all 4 or 5 of the Halos, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to get all of those for the original Xbox and the 360. I'm looking for the anniversary edition on the 360 where they remastered Halo 1 for the 360, which I'll probably play that one. Air Force Delta Storm. This is kind of like an airplane sim, more or less, but it looks really good. I love the artwork on it, the logo and the graphics. I love flight games. I'm a sucker for flight games. So it looks good. I've never played any of this series, but this, look, I thought I'd get, this is the last one for the original Xbox, was MotoGP 3. So I like the grab, watch some video gameplay on it. It looks really good, so I thought this would be a fun one for the Xbox. It got me a perfect copy of Terminator 3 Rise. Was it Rise Against the Machines? Rise of the Machines. This game has got really bad reviews. I mean, it's not the greatest graphics. It supposedly is like an HD 720 type game, but the graphics are kind of so-so in it. There's some strange, quirky fighting scenes, kind of like a brawler in a way, and first-person shooter, kind of a combination of stuff. But now I have the Dawn of Fate. I have this one. I have Terminator 3 Redemption. So now I've got all the Terminator original Xbox games, which is really cool. I'm slowly getting all the Mortal Kombats. I had the other Mortal Kombat, I forget what it's called, but he got me Deadly Alliance. It's a really nice box, Platinum Hits box. Really cool. I love this. Total Immersion Racing. I've never heard of this. It looks really cool, though. Really nice box. Looks like it has nice, like kind of Le Mans type race cars, endurance cars and stuff in it. Looks really good. My Star Wars mug, a little iced tea here. Voice is hoarse. You also knew that I was looking for all the Siphon Filter games and got me Dark Mirror Siphon Filter for the PlayStation 2. Thrilled to have this. I'm going to put this in with my PS2 games. I'll put it right now over here. So I can put it, I'm going to reorganize. I just know how to run, my God. You should see the shelves. And my original Xbox collection's so big, half of them are in my closet now. So I'm rethinking about my shelf. I may move all my PlayStation games off here and put more original Xbox games. I don't know. I have so many games now, there's just not enough shelves. I'm going to have to get rid of one of my 2 analog TVs, which I really hate to do. My wife just says, God, you're never going to use both of those TVs, let alone one of them, once you get rid of one. So I'll probably, anyone in the Sacramento area that wants for free an absolutely gorgeous Toshiba 32-inch TV with a working remote, not a scratch on it, flawless, it works great, great picture, I'll give it to you. I'll even help you load it up in my truck and take it to your house. But I don't know what to do with it. I couldn't get more than 20, 25 bucks for it. But I'd rather have the space and have some shelves under my counter here that I could put maybe the rest of my Xbox games on. So we'll see. This is one I really like. Jaws Unleashed. I've always wanted to play this. I remember when it first came out, I almost bought it. And the reviews at the time weren't real good. It got kind of shitty reviews. But I watched my friends off-the-shelf reviews just did some gameplay of this. And it looked fun. I saw them having fun with it. I said, you know what, I'd like to get this game. I told my friend Jeremy, find me this Jaws game. And he did. He absolutely perfect condition. Again, all these games have their booklets and the perfect disc. It's so cool. And another game that's got really bad reviews, but I had to have it. And that's a RoboCop game. This looks cool as shit. Made by Titus. They make some pretty cheesy games. But it looks fun. I could see myself having fun with this. I'm the type where I like the challenge of an average or below average game at times. And it's still RoboCop. And it does a few things right from what I've seen in gameplay videos. I had to have it. This I'm really excited about. Total Overdose Maximum. What was it? A Gunslinger's Tale in Mexico. God, my eyes are so bad I can't even read this. So this looks good. This is kind of like a GTA type clone down in Mexico. Kind of like a Robert Rodriguez type film style and attitude towards it. Very cool. Really cool mariachi music in it. You're down below the border with drug cartels. And it's got the bullet time, Max Payne slow motion. I've seen some really good retro reviews of this. This looks good. I didn't even know about this. I'm shocked I didn't know that this game even existed until about a few months ago. And I saw some reviews. I'm like, wow, that looks really good. I watched quite a few good gameplay videos of it and reviews of it. Dead Man's Hand. This really looks good. I love these old West games. I've got Red Dead Revolver for the original Xbox. I used to have it for the PS2. And this looks like a fantastic, really cool. First, I thought it was like a poker game. I didn't know what it was, so I passed on it when it was new, and I passed on even when I saw it in the store, retro stores and Dimples in town here. But I didn't know it was an FPS game. And it has some card playing dynamics and things in it, but it has a lot of character and charm to this. This is why I love the original Xbox. It's to be able to play fun adventures like this. It just looks cool, my kind of thing, you know. And then I get both of the Dead to Rights game. I get Dead to Rights 1 and Dead to Rights 2. Perfect condition. I've been playing the Dead to Rights Retribution on the 360. That game is a blast. It kicks ass. It's kind of like a really kind of a cool, you know, bullet time, Max Payne kind of thing. So anyway, that's my pickup. That's what I've got recently. He's already got half of the games for the next batch, for batch number 4 he's going to be sending. I just got to get the money to send him, and then he's going to send that to me. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm working hard towards a deadline, trying to get paid on this damn job so I can start, you know, paying some bills. I'm still in that catch-up mode. So I've been playing. I was kind of bummed because my new modded Xbox. Now I do have one that has a Philips drive. It's like a 2004 or 5 original Xbox. It's got the good drive and it still works. That's the one I've already kind of maxed out most of the hard drive. It's got a lot of games installed in it and saves in it, but I still have room. I could play it on this, but I played this on the 360. The only problem was with the 360, and I think it has a patch, so it'll let you play the backwards compatibility via the 360. It looks really good. I don't see screen tearing. I don't see any issues with it. So far, there's been no audio issues or bugs in it. I've played the first level of it and completed it. It's really cool. A very fun game. I can see I'll have a lot of fun with this. I watched an entire playthrough of this not long ago, and it looks really good. There was an issue where it squeezes the screen to like a 4.3 thing. It actually condenses the image, even though it was a widescreen game. So that's the issue. If you play it backwards compatible, there's no way to go in and adjust it to make it back to widescreen. So what I do is my TV does have, a way to do it. And I can stretch the screen out to fit the 16.9 proportions, and then it looks great. And that's how I've been doing it. But it's, it's kind of a hassle. You have to go in and fine-tune and adjust your TV settings to do it. But at least I can play it on the 360. So I started playing this, and this reminded me of another game that I wanted to play. So I've been started playing this Godfather 2, which I bought this when I first got my Xbox 360 in 2009. This game just came out. I remember buying the game brand new for 60 bucks. And then I bought the strategy guide with it as well. I started to play it, and the graphics, and I also, at the time, I think I had been watching reviews of all these games, because it's like I just got the 360 and I was so far behind the 8-ball. So I was a little disappointed with the graphics. The face animations look good, the fire effects and stuff look good, it has really good sound design, but the cities look kind of really sterile. They're very plain looking, almost last gen, or last, like 2 gens ago, like 6th gen. And so I remember I got disappointed with it visually and traded it in for a used copy of GTA 4 for 20 bucks. And of course, I love the graphics in that. So, this is much better graphics. And you're going to play in New York City. This is way better. So I feel bad I missed out on this. And I sat and I watched some old reviews of this recently and some new reviews as well. And this looks like a really good, I got like 100 hours in the first Godfather in the original Xbox. A shitload of hours. I did like every little side quest. I took over every safe house, every business speakeasy, and I really enjoyed that process. And so I like that same dynamics in this. Plus, you have like a kind of like a freedom fighters. You can have a squad of guys you can control and have one guy crack safes, another guy blow open doors, cut alarm systems, cut holes through fences. You get in your car and your guys get in your 4-door Cadillac and drive around. It's really cool. This game looks good. Any day now I should be getting the strategy guides. I'm getting back again. This coming in the mail, which reminds me, as soon as I get the strategy guide for this, I'm going to be doing my strategy guide collection. That's probably be it for a while for the strategy guides. I got the one for Scarface, and I've got the one for this coming. I got it for like $5. It was like used, a little tattered on the outside, but it's got all the pages. I don't care. So I'm excited about this. Anyway, I've been playing this. This is a great game. I'm really enjoying this. It's just tons of RPG elements. It's really a wonderful game, very in-depth. I would love to see a modern version of a game like this with these type of tactics and this Don's view where you can look down like a God view of all the businesses and see what's going on and assign men to guard each place. And it's very cool. RPG elements, not only for you as a character and your character creation, but even for your guys. You can set them up and RPG elements for each of your dudes. Very, very cool. So I'm enjoying this. This game, of course, I have on the Xbox. One of my favorite SXS games was the third one because it has a continual downhill mountain thing. I love this. Well, I bought the digital for $10, $9.99. I bought the Microsoft, got a money card, and I bought the downloadable digital version of this for my 360. And my God, it's 720p on the 360. It looks amazing. Now, I know it looks better on the Xbox One X. It's even on the Xbox One X, you get even a higher resolution. I think 1080p, I believe, and even stretches it to widescreen, which is nice, But frankly, it looks and plays great on the Xbox 360. And since now I've discovered that the Xbox 360 backwards compatible games on the Xbox One, you have to use the cloud to save your progress, which is very disappointing. Although I think you can save your original Xbox backwards compatible games to your hard drive, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think that's what I've heard. But anyway, I've been playing this. This is very cool. It looks and plays buttery smooth on the 360. It really is a lot of fun to play. And it's nice to play this with a 360 controller too, so it's fun. So I've been doing that. And then my buddy Jeremy got me, in his last batch, he got me Race Pro, which I absolutely love. I've been doing a shitload of races in this. I need to get a Microsoft money card. They have a DLC with all the muscle cars. It has the Mustangs and the new Dodge Challengers like mine that were new at the time. They've got like a Dodge Charger here, which is pretty cool. So I'm anxious to get that. There's like 3 DLC packs. There's at least one DLC pack with more of the modern muscle cars I'd like to get with the new Camaro and Challenger and I think Mustang. So this is a great game. There's no like in-game music. It's kind of bare bones in some ways, but a really well done racing sim that I would highly recommend. Very good. And I've been going back and playing the first Need for Speed Shift. This I had only played half of, and then the new Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed came out, which I've got a lot more hours. I'd probably get 60-something hours in Need for Speed Shift. I've unlocked tons of cars and tracks and pretty much mastered that, got all the DLC I wanted. I've pretty much been upwards upside down and backwards in that game. But this one I only played about halfway through it. So I've been replaying this, and it's a blast. Not only that, but I found out that they had a Ferrari expansion pack DLC with, God, there's like 7 or 8 killer Ferraris, including the Ferrari California. You know, there's like F40s, F50 Ferraris. You've got special Ferrari events where you're racing against other Ferraris, and it is an absolute blast. Some people have seen I posted on Facebook and Twitter some gameplay of this and of Race Pro. So that's what I've been doing. I've been playing Time Shift. I started to go back into Rage again, the first Rage. I only played like an hour or so, not too much, or maybe 45 minutes an hour. But I've been playing so much Xbox 360 games. You know, I've already maxed out my 500 gig hard drive, and that. Oh, I've also been playing the Manhattan Project, which I bought, God, off Xbox Live Arcade years ago, and I never played it. It's absolutely a blast, like a little 2D side scroller with the Duke Nukem. It's got the St. John voice work, great sound effects, real punchy weapons, and everything. Very cool. I'm having an absolute blast. I'm almost done with the first level of that. So I play a little bit of each of those. I'm still playing my Horizon Chase Turbo on the PlayStation 4 as well, but that's what I've been playing lately. It's just to get you up to speed with what I've been doing. I still love collecting for the 8th gen, and there's some games I want to get. There's a new Wreckfest coming out for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I think it's out on PC now, but for consoles it'll be November. Very much looking forward to that. If Red Dead Redemption 2, if I find out, have absolute confirmation that there's an offline campaign like there was in GTA 5 and the first Red Dead Redemption, then I'll certainly buy it. I'll certainly get that one, and maybe even get a better version of it where you get some of the expansion DLC and what have you. It would be very cool. But I won't. I'm telling you, at this point, I'm not buying nothing until I got confirmation that Strange Brigade, which I think is coming out soon, that it'll have an offline campaign. I've got confirmation that Rage 2 from Tim Willits himself actually responded to my tweet and says, yes, it will be offline. I'm like, thank you, Tim. I'll be buying the best version of that game I can get. Very excited about that. A few games I've got confirmation of. I think that, the Cyberpunk 2077 I think will also be offline. At least I know it'll have a single-player campaign. And I know you can choose your gender with a character, which is very cool. That's all I ask. Just give us a choice. The new Assassin's Creed also, I'm sure, will be offline. Assassin's Creed, I don't know which one it's called. It's the new one, Origins. I don't know which one it's called, but it's the one in Greece. It looks really good. I'm very excited about that. You can play again. It's great. You want to play as a Spartan woman, even though they didn't really have them back then. That's fine. Everyone can play their own fantasy. Gaming is about fantasy. That's fine. Just don't take a series like Gears of War that's known for like macho. Let's face it, it's a guy's game. Guys typically like violent, over-the-top action games and shooters and stuff. And that's why the Gears of War series is like a perfect fit. Like Bulletstorm is another one, it's great. But to try to fit something else in that doesn't fit, it just is odd. The same with the Battlefield series. It's just very odd to try to rewrite history. It's just absolutely absurd. That's just my 2 cents on it. Doesn't mean I have to buy it. I just don't have to buy the game. It's that simple. I'll play the Call of Duty World War II instead and go play World at War again, or Black Ops 1 or 2 again. That's why I have these games, so I can go back and revisit them over and over and over. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. A little pickups, a little rant about what's going on lately. I'll try to do some more rants very soon. I got a lot of things that I want to talk about and more compilation videos. I want to do a third favorites Xbox 360 collection, or my top, another 20 favorite Xbox 360 games. I've done 2 of them already. I need to sit down and really create new playlists on my channel, which is very important. I need to make a new intro, which I want to do this year, and I want to sit down and make a playlist and have all these are my hidden gems videos, what I recommend for the PS2 and the original Xbox, that kind of thing. And then maybe here's my most popular rants, and then have a thing of some of my better vlogs or whatever. I just need to sit down and do that. I do have a lot of videos to go through, so it'll be somewhat of a process. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful summer. Enjoy your games, no matter what it is, no matter what you like to play as, or no matter what you enjoy playing, online, offline, on a PC, on a console, it doesn't matter. It's all good and it's all fun. It's all about enjoying this wonderful hobby of gaming. That's why I'm in this. That's why I do these YouTube videos. So enjoy your games. Thanks for watching.